the Vanguard. Taraba governor sacks 16 local government caretaker chairmen. Another headline on the Vanguard: subsidy removal. Foundation laments over PMS selling 600 naira per litre in Edo. Another one says, petrol scarcity. Tinubu resumes at Aso Rock, meets Emefiele. Kyari. Subsidy queues grow longer amid uncertainty over takeoff date. Petrol subsidy removal not immediate. Presidency. CSOs tasks Tinubu to strengthen EFCC. You would all find these headlines on the Vanguard newspaper. Also on the Vanguard, another interesting headline here from the Vanguard newspaper. This one says, Fasorati to Tinubu, no excuse for failure. Some of the headlines you would see on the Vanguard newspaper. On the Tide, we also have a couple of headlines that we will take a look at on the Tide. But before we get onto the Tide, let's see what we have on the Punch. Subsidy. Petrol sells 600 naira per litre. Queues worsen as filling stations shut down. You would also see this. Tinubu inherits over 16 trillion naira uncompleted projects. That's a headline on the Punch. Also on the Punch, National Assembly anti-zoning group condemns alleged plan to arrest Bitara Yari. Those are headlines you would see on the Punch newspaper. Don't forget that we are live on Facebook and Twitter, so join the conversation. And on Facebook, it is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. On Twitter, it is Nigeria Info PH. Those are the handles to join on the conversation this morning. You can also send us WhatsApp messages 0809 030 6416. But we'd encourage that you do more on Facebook. The handles on Facebook again at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. On Twitter, it is Nigeria Info PH. A few headlines on The Nation. Tinubu, Shetima resume. Petrol depots shut amid fresh scarcity. CBN states perform below average in financial management. Petrol crisis trails president's petrol subsidy is gone pronouncement. Stock market gains 1.5 trillion naira on Tinubu's policy direction. Some of the headlines you would see on the Nation newspaper. Now let's open the phone lines and hear from you. JJ is on the line from Rumigbo. Remember, 30 seconds. You know the drill. Please be very civil, direct to your point, and do not make claims you cannot back up. Good morning, JJ.
Good morning, Andrew.
Straight to the point, please.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, go ahead.
One Mr. Nwoko, who talked about marketers trying to recoup their money from import they make. Andrew, when these people tell us some of these things, I don't have a choice than to just laugh because it's like a comic relief. We were told in this country that the only body that is importing fuel into this country right now is NNPC. So which money is Mr. Woko talking about that they want to recoup at the end of the day? People are shortchanging Nigeria, and you are giving it a good name, as justifying it as if there is something that they are helping us or something. Then some marketers are filling stations selling at 600, 400. This is not a good one now. For goodness sake, I urge the civil defense, the police, to go after and clamp down the DPR. I don't know if they even still exist. Clamp down on these people. They are changing Nigerians. And conclusively, 4 nominees to assembly, clerk, head of service, employed, and all those put together. I know that Tim Kubara is
hitting the ground running. Thank you very much. Let's go to Promise in Gokana. Promise, good morning. Johnson is in Iguta. Hello, Johnson. Good morning to you.
Andrew, good morning.
Welcome.
Yes, the of the 4 commissioners. You see, that is why we are saying that the governor, former governor E.M. Wike, still controls this same government. These are the same commissioners that served in his cabinet, for especially commissioner for education, who killed education in the state. Go to rural areas, we don't have teachers in some of the primary and secondary schools. And today, the same people are being screened and confirmed. It's very unfortunate. On the issue of Iwim Cemetery, telling us that SIM is going to consolidate, for me, it's very laughable. Consolidate on what? It's going to show that we are going to suffer again for another 4 years. I am praying that the tribunal and the court should do something to make sure that this government does not exist. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Promise in Gokana. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Yes, President Asiwaju Bola Tinubu immediately resume office, remove the fuel subsidy that Nigeria have been waiting for. I can remember vividly that during the campaign period, every presidential candidate from the PDP, APC, and Labour Party, subsidy removal has been their top priority. And if you watch the way Nigeria vote this period, you will agree with me that the vote spread across all political parties. That means almost those who are complaining now voted for a candidate who also agree that they will remove fuel subsidy. So I don't know exactly what Nigeria needs. We are supposed to encourage and support the government to ensure that this fraud that have eaten into our system is removed permanently. But immediately the president make that word, everybody jump back and here they can exploit people in their own various ways. This cannot help this country. Until we change our own attitude, the government cannot achieve its aim. So I want to beg Nigerians to support this government because they have good will for us.
I promise.
I have my voice to Rivers State government that they should not think of consolidation. It will take us to nowhere. We need a policy that will help the civil service, the policy that will help the youth development, and the infrastructural development. Road is not the only thing we need in this state.
All right, promise. Thank you very much. Let's go over to Roma Masi now. Temple, good morning.
Good morning, my very distinguished Ifemi. How are you doing this morning?
Fine, thank you. Go ahead.
Yes, I think listening to Mr. President Tinubu clarification in the aspect of the fuel subsidy removal, I think listening to that carefully, where the team of media aid, they made a comment that should come to play in the month of July. Then why now? Why the hike now? I think the president and his team should also help in the aspect of the monitoring. As I also employ our new governor, Governor Sim, to come in at least protect the interests of Rivers people. We cannot continue to buy fuel at the price of 700 naira as it is right now. With some of the fuel stations that are selling 700 naira when the subsidy removal has not even taken effect. The July, please, I'm begging. We cannot afford to pass what we passed through in the former government. It is very sad that at this point in time, Nigeria will still go. I don't know how come that every new government that comes on board at the center, we must pass through this kind of hurdles. I'm appealing they should do the needful. And for me, I think the commissioners that have been nominated by St. Fobara so far, for me, it's a welcome development. But if the truth must be told, I think we need more new hands on board. At least the old ones that have eaten much, let new ones of good technocrats come on board. So
all right. Thank you very much, Temple, for your contribution.
And the equity. Thank you.
All right. I think something that I guess came to that occurred to me was one of the callers who said, "Oh, the Commissioner for Education destroyed education in the state." My question I wanted to ask him was, when was that commissioner appointed? How long was he there for to say that he's the one that destroyed education in the state? Good news is in mile 3. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother, man.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Let me talk about the marketers who sell fuel at night. I think what is not good is not good. This is Nigerians killing Nigerians. It is cost across the whole city. But come to Rivers State, I expect that the governor should have taken a proactive step, unlike the counterparts from Edo State and Delta State, even in Abuja. He could have taken a step by now, setting up task force that will ensure that they have permanent secretaries in the Ministry of Energy, giving them directives on what to do as soon as possible so that they will stop this menace. But when I say that, if you ask me, I say that he's not governor of himself. Okay, look at the commissioner he appointed. The same person that talked to the former governor. That shows that he's not on his own. Yes, he's answering the name. But look at the Adango. He has been there. Doesn't mean that there are no other fans in River State that can handle that positions. One that has commission for education that has been there seeing WAEC students paying 2,000 naira for submit every paper. The same person is sent back to commission for education. Mention them. I think. Oh God, my name is Good News.
All right, Good News. Thank you very much, Susie's in there. Susie, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
You're welcome.
Let me reflect on what Eugene talked about. I think it's very important we should understand the way government runs. If we are saying that somebody destroyed education, and if we're also saying that consolidation is not a way out, how do we now manage the policies that have been made by the past administration? One point, the employment of the 10,000 civil servants, the issue of gratuity, is supposed to mean that any other government who is not part of this particular one that has just left will actually want to do their own thing, because in Nigeria what we do in government is that we revenge instead of consolidating. So it is actually SIM that will implement the 10,000 jobs and also do the issues of gratuities and all of that. So for somebody to say that mom destroyed education in River State, I think that is not correct. The same people who are now asking SIM now to borrow leave from Edo State were those who said that SIM cannot even win. A SIM running templates from Edo State, SIM already has its own blueprint on how to tackle things. So because Edo State is doing it now, River State should do it, and because River State is not doing it as Edo, it then means the government is not proactive. It's a contradiction. We should look at it from what SIM have as a template. Does some of us people have the template? We have been shouting about this template. If any of them do not have the copy of the template of SIM, what do they also have to offer the government? This thing works in a dual perspective.
All right,
if
Susie.
you're expecting anything from the government,
Thank you very much. Point made. Let's go to Emoha now. Alfred, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
You're welcome.
Let me talk about the renewed God clash in Delhi. Andrew, I don't know why Dr. Chidi Lloyd don't want to resign as the chairman of Emoha local government based on insecurity in Emoha. For me, this is the time that he should resign because he has totally failed. Andrew, recall since when Chidi Lloyd assumed office, there has not been, Emoha has not recorded any one good thing. It has been one insecurity or the other. And this is a man that immediately he assumed office, he increased his security vote to about 20 million. You now ask, what is this man using this money for? He just organized an MOB that is using for his own interest. Nothing good is coming out from this man. Chidi Lloyd should please resign honorably. You are not capable to be the chairman of Emoha local government. We are suffering every day. Innocent life is being lost every day because you're there as the chairman. It's so unfortunate. Then let me talk about the consolidation of SIM and his new appointment. You see, Rivers people should not expect anything new from the government of SIM Fubara because he has already said he's consolidating and he has started by reappointing those that was appointed before, and their ministry failed, and he has reappointed them again. So what new should we expect as Rivers people when we wait in time, because I know that everything has changed. Thank you.
All right, Alfred, thank you. But to good thing in Emoha local government, since because I know that they've commissioned projects in that local government, that were events that I went to see and attended and saw projects and works being done. So yes, you might be not happy with the insecurity that's currently ravaging that area. That would be understandable. But I think it shouldn't then mean that you outrightly say that not one thing ever was done. That would be criticizing wrongly if you would agree with yourself. There are 13 things that has been done in Emoha local government area. Chima is in Rumokuta. Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
Yes.
Andrew, appointment by the current government of Rivers State. Andrew, there was a program you hosted a particular time when I told you that it would be easier for a camel to skate through the eye of needle for sin to be independent in his governance. I told you. Now it's happening. You appoint a commissioner, from your predecessor, these people. I'm not saying they are not qualified. They are very much qualified. I think we need a fresh blood. You understand? We need a fresh blood. The same commissioners that work with the past administration that render the state. If there is no industry in River.
You'd have to call us back, Chima. I think you got interrupted by a service provider. Mufasa from NTA Road. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, my brother. God bless you. Well, Governor Sim is well within his right to do what he has done. And as far as I'm concerned, these 4 individuals that have been screened by the State House of Assembly, they all have proven records of performance. The records are there. Let us not begin to play politics with everything. Well, I will say that yesterday, the chairman of Petran was in your studio, and he assured us that after that program was going to move around Port Harcourt to ensure that the police stations, they do the right thing. But we keep hearing that as at yesterday night, petrol stations and marketers are selling products at 700 and 600 naira. Doesn't mean that he just came to the studio for ceremonial purposes, but I'm very sure he's listening to this program. He should please do the needful. Then lastly, the police sent tactical units to the community to ensure that there is, peace is restored in that community. Please, Governor Sim has given a stern warning to troublemakers and cultists and criminals that they should stay off Rivers State. The police should also do the needful. I'm happy that they've sent tactical units. They should get those boys arrested so that people can live their community in peace. That's my position this morning. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Mufasa. Some messages on Facebook. Solomon Anya Eberichi says, good morning. President Tinubu should show capacity by setting up a nationwide task force that will go around the entire nation to monitor petrol pump price. We have a body that's supposed to do that job. I don't think there's any need to set up any other task force. Andrew, good morning. I congratulate George Nwaike on his appointment as head of service of our state. It's a letter spiff. Emil Kamande says President Tinubu's address shouldn't have caused filling stations to immediately increase their price, if not greed. As we all know, they will never adjust it if the price comes down. Obioma Noble says President Tinubu should take all mechanisms required to stop this hike in pump price of petrol. And Obioma Yekachi says Tinubu reacts over, this is something that would have taken 2 months for Buhari administration to react to. And when someone from President finally does, another will come hours later to say something different. The Light says traditional rulers, youths, and security agencies should work in synergy to eradicate cult activities in Emoha. I think with the issue in Emoha, the security issue, first off, in as much as you would say that the local government chairman has his role to play, the state government have their role to play, security agents have their role to play, traditional rulers, everybody, they have their role to play. My important thing is the people who are carrying out the act, the citizens, the indigents of the community, those of them who are involved in one form. How do you feel when you take the life of a person that you cannot replace? If they take the life of your family member, I'm pretty sure you will feel bad. The people that came to commit this crime, if they do it to them or their family, they would want to revenge. They would feel really hurt. But then you can go and do it to somebody else for whatever reason. There should not be any excuse why you should take a life, because you cannot recreate it. You cannot bring it back. Even to injure a person, to stab a person even, you cannot heal that scar. It's not like if eggs break, you buy new eggs. If your car has issues, you go to a mechanic. Human life is not, if it's gone, it is gone, like petrol subsidy. It's gone. So I'm still just cannot fathom the very little or no value we have for life amongst us as a people. Little or no value for life. Christian Williams on Facebook says it's only an irresponsible government that will be planning to remove subsidy without building a functional refinery. More messages on Facebook. The Facebook handle is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. So please do send your comments there. We'll take them. We're streaming live on Twitter. It's Nigeria Info PH. We'll take those comments on Twitter as well. Nigeria Info PH. Let's see what you're saying on Twitter. At NG Kalela says, okay, Anonobi Casey says, Tinubu reacts over petrol subsidy removal. This is something that would have taken 2 months for Bored to react to. At Tony Anthony says, the policy statement by President Tinubu on the removal of petrol subsidy is with enormous benefits economically and socially. Now, this one is on Twitter. Another message on Twitter says, at Obina Chris says, on the petrol issue, the scarcity and price hike is caused by greedy marketers. Petrol subsidy is long overdue for removal. At Justice Ori on Twitter says, killings in Emoha, it's disheartening that our local government is no longer secure for us to stay. The council board needs to use another approach to fighting security within that area. Okay. At SSB Real says, I think every government should enforce and punish any filling station found selling above the official pump price. This is one of those things we enjoyed during Amichi's tenure. Let's go for a short commercial now. Good morning.
Congratulations.
All right, let's take some of your WhatsApp messages here now before we wrap things up on the newspaper review. Loads of messages to take, see how many we can cover before we go. Okay, so starting here, this one says the appointment of head of service by new governor of Rivers State is a good development. Fidelis Elemoa sent that one in. This one says, good morning, Andrew. The increase in petrol price is totally condemnable. I want to urge the Rivers State governor to set up a task force to monitor petrol stations in the state. Patrick Amadi sent that in. This person says, why are marketers and owners of filling stations being inhumane? Why are they selling us petrol they bought at subsidized price? Honestly, Nigerians are the problem of Nigeria. Thank you. Ingi Dennis from Gokana, you sent that message in. Another message on WhatsApp says, good morning. The NLC in Rivers State said announcement of removal of petrol subsidy by the president is ill-timed. I want to align my thoughts with the Labour Union. This is Eze King Boy. This one is from La Masia in Malfour. It says, now that concrete evidence has been tendered against our president as regards alleged drug-related crime, I hope the judiciary can do the needful. This one says, screen of commissioner nominees submitted by Governor Fubara clearly shows that he's ready for governance, and I believe in the capacity of these men as they are qualified and will deliver on the consolidation of New Rivers Vision. Waike Odinaka sent in that message. And one more message. Good morning. The Apostle Eugene Ogu will never forge documents to try to falsely take anyone's property. Sometimes people try to cheat big men. I thought the governor would appoint new hands. This is from Pastor Vincent. All right, thank you very much. Business news comes up next. Good morning.
You are tuned in to 999.